Warning, this podcast brought to you by a sports team fanboy living here in Miami. Would like to remind you that during this podcast you may hear swearing, yelling, ranting, a whole bunch of other stuff your ears may not be prepared for. Your discretion is advised.
Hello sports fans, my name is Stephen Wolf, and this is another episode of Miami Sport Podcast. Today, it will be a nostalgic week for the Miami Heat as they face off old friends, old enemies, and familiar faces here and there. The Florida Panthers, meanwhile, get back on the ice after a very smooth All-Star weekend for them. All-Star break, actually, since most of them didn't go there. But you get the point. Now, with their third-string backup goaltender manning the helm for the next couple of weeks, since our main goaltenders are out with injury. Hopefully, he can do well. And I'll discuss that later today. First off, the Heat will face off during the week at the Dallas Mavericks, a team they already beat earlier this year, and stopped them from winning the NBA Finals back in 2006. Didn't stop them from stopping us from winning it, like 6 years later. But not important. Despite a rough first half during the game, Miami Heat was able to keep Dallas Mavericks at bay and able to beat them 95-88. Whiteside having his 18th double-double was scoring 25 points and 15 rebounds during the game. Nice job, Miami Heat. Good job. The next opponent the Miami Heat face will be against the Cleveland Cavaliers, and we all know that team. LeBron James, Dwayne Wade. I miss the fact that I'm able to hear Dwayne Wade's name being called out on the announcer table. Dwayne Wade! The announcer is over at Cleveland to say Dwayne Wade. Come on. With feeling. That's how I say his name. Despite Miami Heat was able to keep pace with the Cavs, turnovers and the three-point line will be Miami Heat's undoing, as they couldn't get Cleveland can hold back Cleveland on their scoring chances and everything offensively and defensively. We had a shot to win the game, but unfortunately time ran out when James Johnson had the ball and LeBron James was able to stop him from scoring the last shot. Losing the game 91-89 and the start of a 3-game losing streak. Our longest losing streak since a while ago. The next game will be against the Philly 76ers. And pretty much Philly just owned us during that whole game. Despite a strong fourth quarter outscoring them 37-17, the game ended 103-97. Seemed close, but don't let that fool you. The game was pretty much Philly all the way until the fourth. Their final game was against the Detroit Pistons, coached by the former Stan Van Gundy, the Heat's former head coach at a time. Back in 03, and back 03, 04, 05, I think? Well, during the next 3 years, when he was tenured at Heat. The season back when I first watched Heat play. But not important. Now with Blake Griffin on the Detroit bench, the team was basically gone back and forth. But of course, the Pistons managed to edge out the Heat 111-107, despite Goran Dragic with being our lead scorer with 33 points. Not to mention, we were at Whiteside due to illness. He should be back during Monday's game against Orlando. Some good news. Goran Dragic was able to be selected to the All-Star game with the injury to Kevin Love. And Wayne Ellington, the man with the golden arm, is managed to participate in the three-point contest. Good job, Ellington. You're all right. I'm proud. Now, with the Florida Panthers, who are now back in action after the All-Star break, facing teams like New York, Buffalo, and Detroit. And our main goaltender in the helm is Harry Tatis, looking for his first NHL win. And wins, actually, despite being a backup goaltender. Third string, like I said. But, shockingly, he becomes the Wall. He stopped 92 of 98 shots during the next 3 games, and helping us beat the Islanders 4-1, the Sabres 4-2, and the Red Wings 3-2. Well, you can say that the offense has been doing their job and outscoring the opponents, but I gotta give it to Harry Satie. Helping neither goaltender, well, besides Reimer, was able to get a winning streak longer than 2 games. So I'm really proud of the guy. Hopefully, he has still a lot to prove for third string backup goaltender. Even though he's been waiting his chance for 10 years, he still has a lot to prove. Let's see if he can, get a shutout or against tougher opponents like the Lightning and Vegas. Hopefully he can prove his worth and not able to let that team win. I will leave off with this last note. The controversial goal by Huberdeau during the Detroit game. I gotta say, they really gotta fix this goaltender interference. I thought it was goaltender interference, but well, not our fault because a player bumped into another player and it hit the goalie. They need to be clear on that. If they don't, people are gonna get. This is gonna be the what's the catch rule in football, and I really don't want that to happen. I don't have my opinions about the interference. Well, what should be interference, what should be not. I mean, that call has either gone against us or gone with us. Mostly gone against us, but what can you do? Especially when one player bumps another and it hits the goaltender. I mean, sure accidents happen, but what can you? But people are gonna still complain and everything. It's make it clear enough that both parties can be satisfied. At least, satisfied. That's all for today. Thanks for watching my little sketch. Next week, hopefully we can do more videos during the week. This is the Manning Sport Podcast, and thank you, sports fans. Comment, like, subscribe, and see you next time. Bye.